actually wasn't emotional until just now. With 92% of precincts reporting, we have 73.8% of our community has come out and said yes to the Reimagine Education plan. That's not just a victory, that is a decisive victory. That is a decisive vote that folks want to invest in the education of 30,000 kids and the 30,000 kids of tomorrow. That is a community showing up and saying, we believe in public education and we believe in the education in Des Moines Public Schools. With this vote, we have actually changed for generations the student experience in Des Moines Public Schools. We're going to be able to offer STEM programming, STEAM programming, Montessori programming, new access, full-day access to preschool. We have literally changed the trajectory for more than 30,000 kids and for generations to come. I don't even know where to begin in terms of thanking folks. The students, always. The students show up day in, day out, and they show up resilient with grit, and they're brilliant, and they bring all of their creativity every single day. So the students are always going to be first in our thank yous. Our staff is amazing. They believe in our kids. They show up every day and they say, we're going to love you and care for you and teach you regardless of where you are, regardless of where you're coming from, and because you belong here. And they give them the most rigorous educational experience. Thank you to the staff. Thank you to our parents and our community. You really stepped up. You looked at a Des Moines Public Schools, you looked at this district and you said, we believe in you, we care about you, and we are actually going to stand hand in hand with you. All of the volunteers that knocked doors, that delivered flyers, that made phone calls, that sent text messages to get the folks out there to vote and to actually show up and vote yes. There will never be enough thank yous. To our campaign team, the staff at Central Office. Again, I want to emphasize again, the parents of Des Moines, there's nothing like them. There's nothing like them in the world. They do amazing things for their own children, and they show up each and every day just to make sure that they are loved and cared for, and they show up in partnership with us. We are going to follow suit. Now that this Reimagine plan is approved, we're going to absolutely be amazing stewards of this honor and this gift that you've provided us. We've got the oversight committee that will be here with us. We will be very, very transparent, and we will give information out step by step about what's happening with the bond, how are we investing the dollars. And so we are in partnership for many, many years to come, and we are just so very, very excited. Again, this is not just a victory for kids, it's a victory for our community, and it is a decisive victory. So thank you so very much. Someone that deserves a standing ovation, the mayor of Des Moines the mayor of Des Moines, Connie Boesen. Connie Boesen. Yes, yes,
yes. This is a great day for the city of Des Moines. It shows this is a turning point. We believe in our public schools. We want to support our public schools. And I can't thank this community enough because it is so integral to what we want to do to move our city forward. Matt's already thanked. I mean, this was a groundswell. To see, when you think of 60%, unbelievable. What did we end up with? 70-some? Our community loves our schools, and we need to support our schools in however we can. And I can't thank everybody enough. There's so many people, like Matt said, the parents who went door to door, the Amos group that went door to door, all the different people, and the community leaders and business people who helped support this campaign to get the message out, to say this is important. We need to be able to provide for our students what everybody else gets. Reconfigure our buildings and get done what we need to do for education. After 14 years on the school board, this is a great win. And as the mayor of Des Moines, this is a great win because it shows our community believes in our schools And we need to do everything we can to support the 30,000 kids, 5,000 employees, and everything that's been happening, because we have great schools and we need to keep moving it forward. So thank you, everyone who made this happen. So I will turn it over to whoever. I guess there's questions.
Questions?
Any questions do you have?
Could you just spell out, I know you guys have done a lot of work telling the community about all of the pieces that are in this bond, but now that it's officially, it's going to pass, what does this mean tangibly for those 30,000 students? Give us an overview of the changes.
Yeah, it means new programming through STEM education and STEAM, of course, a state-of-the-arts fine and performing arts facility at Moulton Elementary School. It means new programming, K through 8 for Montessori programming. It just means a new experience, a 21st century experience for 30,000 kids.
I think when you think of a bond issue, a lot of times it's not so educationally driven as this is. And this is all about the students. This isn't about facilities of sports. This is about educational opportunities. And I think that it resonated, that this is really how do you redirect how we do things and get classrooms for the experiential that our kids deserve.
This bond has seen a lot of faces. Started off as $500 million. We got it down to 256. You guys did. Talk to me a little bit about 2 years. You guys have been working on this. What was the thought process? Talk to me about how many people were really involved.
Thousands of people involved. And it actually began as a committee of 80. And the committee was representative of students, of staff, of families, of business leaders, of community leaders, parents, teachers. And what's been amazing about this particular 2-year journey is that where we started is actually where we ended. We started with the community, and we actually ended with a community plan and a community that showed up to vote decisively that this is what they want. It's been quite the journey, right? In 2 years, the intricacies and the details of this plan were laid out early on. And so, less than 6 months ago, when we made the decision to actually cut the plan in half in order to also be sensitive economically to our voters, that seemed to have paid off tonight.
What were the most important things you guys did to win support?
Community. It's a community-based
It's
plan,
community.
right? And so it was built by the community. That I couldn't underscore enough about the importance of continuing to be in partnership with our families and with our parents and with our staff and with our students. So I'm super proud of our community and our committee, and to work alongside them has just been a great blessing and a real honor.
With conversations around open enrollment and parental choice of choosing education, what does this vote now mean for what parents and students want out of their own education, or from education?
Yeah, so the outcomes of this plan are about student outcomes. And so the programs that we're going to be able to build and actually create in Des Moines Public Schools is exactly what the community said that they wanted. And so this was a very data-rich and research-based plan. And so, and it's not just about the national research, it's about the local research, the data that we collected from our own families who said that these are the programs that we want for our kids, that we desire for our children. And so now we're going to be able to deliver on that here in the next 5 years. And so it just means the world to us.
How did you get started?
I was just, this was a plan that was, years in the works, but in the final weeks, after the arrest of Ian Roberts, there were some questions about trust and credibility and management in the district. You're ending with a 74% vote for this bond. What does that tell you about how the community feels about the community's ability to move forward?
Well, I think first of all, the community said very clearly they believe in Des Moines Public Schools. Yes, there's been some issues, but we have an oversight committee. We are going to really make sure that what they voted on is going to end up happening. And I think they believed that we were going to do it. And really is about community advocates reaching out to the community, doing the work. That door to door, every door I hit was very positive. And I kept saying we have a good feeling, but you never know in an election. But a couple of people I convinced. I told them what was going to happen, and I mean, I think that it really truly was us reaching out to the community. Matt Smith is the organizer of all this plan. He has been there for 2 years. So to think he's in charge now of a plan that he created with the community, I think it should give everybody great confidence that this is going to happen. We have some great programming going on in Des Moines already, and this is only going to add to it. So when you talk about competition of other things going on, nobody can compare to what's happening in Des Moines Public Schools, and a lot of people just don't know what's opportunities are there. And so I think this will highlight it. It will bring it forward in a way that, you know, we knew we had to do something different. I should act like I'm on school board, but we knew. But at the end of the day, education is different. And we have to have more career opportunities. We need absolutely more preschool. There's no question about preschool. I see Kristen over here. And we know that we can make gains if we do these things and put them in place. We can make great gains for our students. And this is what it's all about. It's about all these kids that are here, 30,000 kids. When you think about the number, that's huge. And so I can't thank Matt and the district and all the people that got involved and everybody who has made this happen, because this is about community. And this is, as the mayor of Des Moines, I like strong communities, and this is how we bring everybody together.
Did you guys, obviously you guys campaigned extremely hard, 74%, great win. Did you notice anything post September 26th with voters that you had to do differently, or did you notice anything different once you hit the trail after Dr. Roberts' arrest?
Yeah, I don't know that we had to do anything differently other than to continue to remind everybody that this is a community-based plan. And it was built by the community, with the community, and honestly for the students and for our community. And so that never wavered, that never changed. And so what we just needed to do was emphasize that. Our district is always going to be bigger than one person, and we are always going to be about the 30,000 children that we serve and the neighbors that live next to us. And so as long as we continue to hold that value of lifting up every single student and maintaining those loving and caring relationships with our neighbors, we will continue to do great things. And so we're incredibly honored and blessed that the community trusts us with this vote, and we will continue to earn it.
In terms of the decision to cut the bond size in half a while back, just to go back to that,
Mhm.
what were the data points you were relying on to say this is the route we need to take as opposed to taking that bigger bite at the apple?
Yeah, it was mostly around just the sort of economic times and just being sensitive to that for homeowners and those that are going to show up to the polls as well. So that was a big driving factor, and we also wanted to actually reduce the plan to a 5-year
5
plan.
years.
The original plan was 10 years, and what we heard from our community loud and clear was that they had strong favorability of the plan, but actually wanted it to happen much, much sooner. And so in order to do that, we actually needed to cut it in half in order to make that 5-year plan a reality.
The
And
last time,
that was important. I think the 5-year, because you can show the results. I mean, I started my whole journey with the sales tax back in 1999, and showing results are what, and I think we have been good stewards of that money and has propelled this district and helped keep very old buildings current. And this is a new measure to help even make them more relevant to the educational opportunities for kids.
the last
Yes.
time a bond was introduced was decades and decades ago. Does that speak to, the need for some of these changes to take place within the district to kind of combat declining numbers of enrollment and other facility issues that you guys have spoke about?
Yeah, the last bond, I think that Des Moines attempted, Des Moines Public Schools, was in 1989, and that was way before my time, so I'm not sure exactly
It wasn't, yeah.
why we've waited
Good.
that long, but I will tell you that we've obviously been closely involved with our community for the last many years and recognized that this was actually the right time for us now. And so, again, just going back to tonight's decisive victory, it just speaks volumes that the community has trust in us as a district, and they know that we are partners in this and that we are in lockstep with one another.
After so many different public forums and public meetings and having parents come to speak with you, what came out of those meetings that stuck out to you the most for what the goals of education should be? Now that you also have this emphasis on preparing students for the workforce and
Yeah.
following their own interests instead of college and test scores.
Yeah, relevancy. A lot of those community meetings, parents spoke about the need for relevancy in our schools and in our classrooms for their students to take what they're learning in concept and be able to apply those with their hands, right, in experiential learning and hands-on project-based learning environments. And then seeing how those concepts actually apply to careers beyond high school. And so that stood out loud and clear for us. It was evident in the research as well. And so, again, just going back to that's how this plan was built. It was built by listening and being in partnership with our families.
No further questions for me?
No other questions?
Grab my mic back.
Mike's can go.
Thank you, guys. Thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you.